Overwatch 2 has a ranked problem, and while a lot of these issues are going to be addressed by Blizzard soon in Season 9 and beyond, I feel like there are some things that Blizzard didn't necessarily talk about. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've been constantly re-recording this video for the past 2 days because there's just too much to talk about, and the video goes almost up to an hour. So I'm going to try and put everything in a summarized format in this one video, still maintaining my lovely charm of doing everything unscripted because I'm just good like that. So we're going to talk about some of my personal frustrations with ranked and what I don't like about it, right? The number one thing that I want to talk about, because it really goes hand in hand with ranked, is the report system, right? Players abuse the report system. If you guys don't know, if you don't like an account, even if they don't say anything toxic, the number one thing you can do, I can't believe them actually spreading the method, right? But it has to be talked about at some point, is you report somebody for inappropriate communication, and if you're in a stack, it helps a lot. And then if that account goes to their next game or a few games and they get reported once or twice, that account gets suspended, and you will be sent a message the next day that thank you for your reporting, an action against the player was taken. And if you try to invite them to a group, it says player not found. Or if you try to add them as a friend, player not found. Basically, the account goes suspended. And this thing is being abused like crazy. Now, it wasn't that bad in early seasons of Overwatch 2. And in early season of Overwatch 2, I had two accounts. I had an account called 𝐒𝐈𝐈𝐓𝐄𝐈𝐓𝐄𝐇. It reached top 500. And I was able to maintain that rank and everything. And the problem with that account was basically that, okay, I was a little bit aggressive with my words and things like that, and it got suspended, right? I took the suspension like a champ, and I was like, all right, fine, it is what it is. I'll behave. Now, I started playing on that account in recency, and I wanted to use it for a new video format that I wanted to do with the 𝐒𝐈𝐈𝐋 account. And I have not joined voice, number one, and I have not used text chat. I squelch chatted, so you cannot see the chat, you cannot join voice, blah blah blah, because I play in Middle Eastern and Thailand servers, and people are very toxic almost always. I can't be bothered. I'll talk about the server problem in a little bit. So what happened was that I got that account completely banned for toxic chat. Now, I sent numerous tickets to the Blizzard support team, and I said, can you show me chat logs to prove that I had said something malicious, right? And before I can show you a screenshot on the screen right now, they would actually show you the chat logs of what you might have said and things like that that may have got you banned, right? And this is from Overwatch 1. 𝐒𝐈𝐈𝐋 got hit in Overwatch 1, it got hit in Overwatch 2, but a few seasons ago, they would actually show you the chat logs, right? But in the recent seasons, they don't even show you chat log, they give you an automated ban response. Another YouTuber, you guys might be very familiar with this YouTuber a lot, is Noob Hunter. I've been on Noob Hunter streams recently, I just chat with him and things like that, and he said that his main account got banned for false reports as well. And the false report problem is getting out of control in ranked, because apparently, I didn't know this until I looked into it, and my friend brought it up to me in recency, where he was like, did you know that on the casual Reddit and the casual, like the Overwatch 2 forums on Blizzard, website, they know of this method and they're spreading it to people that if you don't like somebody, you don't like how they play things like that, just do this and that's how it works and that's how they get banned. And I lost 2 of my accounts in high elo this way, and I've never been so unmotivated to touch ranked again. Because now when I go into ranked, I'm more anxious about if I'm going to lose the account more than I am about losing the SR. It's so silly. Like, the game is more about who can I report and get insta banned as a victory, rather than, okay, let's try to work as a team and actually win the game. Now, look, I'm no saint. I have my moments, right? But I've reformed myself in the past year, especially because I learned that, it doesn't change anything. Like me being aggressive or toxic or being a little bit upset at somebody, it's not going to change the way they play. It kills the team morale. It ruins the mood for everybody. You lose the game even faster. Maybe if you work together and try to make things work, things can get better. My personal coach actually helped me develop that mindset, and I've begun to see the light. I've begun to see the light. I'm like, all right, being positive, it really is the way, and having the confidence that things can turn around. But at the moment, the player base is abusing this, and I really, really hope that going into next season, the season with Malga, which is season 8, I think, right? Season 8 is Malga season. Season 9 is going to be the competitive rework. That we can rework the way the the report system works, because it is being abused like crazy right now. So I'm just going to leave it there. If you guys want to know anything about the report system, ask me in the comments down below and I'll clarify it further. And we are going to do some testing on a live stream that I will schedule soon, where we will try to apply the same logic onto a newly made account and see if it can get insta-banned. There are people that have already done this in Overwatch 1, but I kind of want to try and test it in Overwatch 2 as well, to again just prove that the boss and the quote-unquote GMs that you can set support tickets to, they're not actually ever interested in making sure that the report was fair. They just don't care anymore, right? They just don't care, because they're giving you bot responses. They're not even giving you your chat logs or an actual proper human being response. You can actually just see the difference between a response that a human might make and then somebody else, right? Anyways, that brings us to the next point, which is the server problem. Why is it that I can play a million other competitive games? I can, to a certain extent in League of Legends, but to a wider extent in Valorant and Fortnite, and I guess Apex as well can count, and some other games that I play. They actually have server selects that even if my account was made in Europe, I can select Tokyo, Frankfurt, um, the Middle East, Bahrain, etc., etc. Like, I can choose where I want to play and it'll tell me my average ping. But Overwatch doesn't give us this benefit. Now, this is an even bigger problem in the Brazilian and the Australian servers, because the game quality over there is garbage and people have to use VPN softwares to play in servers where they can actually play the game and maintain their sanity. And honestly, at this point, with the way things are in the Thailand and the Middle Eastern servers where I'm mostly playing, I'm beginning to lose my mind too. So Blizzard, I'm begging, please, one way or the other, find a way to squeeze in a server select. If I'm playing in Europe, I should be able to choose if I want to play in Bahrain to have the best ping, if I want to play in Frankfurt to have the best match quality, or if I want to go to, Tokyo to get slurred out and be called a baka or something like that by, whatever Japanese person wants to insult, because every time I end up on a Japanese server, they are very aggressive. Let's just say that. Although I love some of the people I've met there. I've made some great friends from playing in Japanese servers at 3 a.m. on 256 ping. Thanks for that, Blizzard. But, it is what it is. That brings us to the next problem, and the final problem that I want to discuss, because I don't want to draw out this video to be longer than at least 10 minutes, is the casualization of ranked. Ranked has become so casual that it's hard to end up in a lobby where everybody has a competitive mindset. A lot of people that are playing ranked, they play it with this mindset that, well, I'm here to learn my hero. For example, your average Joe player, let's say he picks up Reinhardt, he enjoys Reinhardt, he plays Ryan from silver to platinum, and then all of a sudden he's like, he's playing some Doomfist in quick play, and now he's hardlocking Doomfist in ranked because he's like, well, I did good in quick play, therefore in ranked it'll go well too. And he refuses to swap. He doesn't want to play around his team, doesn't want to counterpick, etc., 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 and he just throws the game. And what that does is it begins to develop this mindset in other players too, where now what happens is I literally, and this is where I gave up on ranked. Yesterday I gave up on ranked. I was in a game, we had a Doomfist, and right now this problem is very prevalent for Doomfist players because they refuse to accept that Doom got nerfed into the toilet right now, right? Very, very few people can make Doomfist work right now. You have to be super picture perfect with him to play him properly, right? So you go into a ranked game, you get that Doomfist one trick, right? He goes in, he might win you one team fight. After that, if not already, the enemy counter swaps. The Doomfist begins to get bullied. You have a DPS or support player that will say, hey Doom, can you swap to Zarya and we can play this a little bit better and win. The Doomfist at this point now tilts and doesn't care and now goes into the enemy backline constantly to get hacked, slept, frozen, blah, blah, blah. Insta-dead. The support player that asked for the help now tilts off the planet and is sitting in spawn, emoting, and then the rest of the players either follow suit or they just sit there and chat and complain, or somebody uses a slur or something like that, and the list goes on. I'm sure at some point you have experienced this too. Yes, you, the viewer, you have experienced this. If it's not with the Doomfist player, you had a Genji one trick, you had a Tracer one trick, you had a Pharah that was getting hard countered by hit scan, or a Lucio doing the Reddit Lucio playstyle and getting his face kicked in by the Ana sleep dot or whatever, right? We've all had those moments, and what it does is, I'm not going to lie, at least in my personal experience, I've played other competitive games. I've never seen a community so dedicated to being anti-competitive in the competitive game mode, but then in the casual game mode, they want to be competitive. Now, when I go quick play, for the past few live streams, all the quick play games have felt like ranked games. And all the ranked games feel like quick play games where nobody's taking it seriously. People just want to play their own hero. Even if they're feeding, they don't care. They go next, they turn their brain off, they hit rank, they queue, and they repeat that cycle. And quick play, the enemy team loses one team fight to a dive comp. Well, here comes the anti-dive comp. The enemy, you're playing a poke comp. Well, here comes dive or some variation of rush or brawl where they're gonna run into you, and the cycle just kind of the goes on, right? Like, it's so interesting to me, right? And I feel like maybe it's because there's no stakes in terms of quick play, that people are not thinking about a number that allows them to decide when or where they want to take the game seriously. Or maybe because quick play is the shorter game mode, they want to maximize their enjoyment, and obviously winning and popping off is a better feeling than just dying on your favorite hero on cooldown. So I don't know. I really, really feel like this is a mentality problem, and this is not something that Blizzard can fix. But I do hope that as a community, we can try our level best in every region and every server to improve having a good competitive mindset. But a lot of that does kind of start from the top down. If Blizzard shows that they don't really care for ranked, then people in ranked are not going to care. One of the things that I really want brought back is Blizzard. Holy crap, I'm begging you, bring back SR Decay. I have a friend. I love him to death. He has not played ranked since Overwatch 1, and his first few games was in High Masters low GM. And he sent me a voice note on WhatsApp, and he's like, "How am I playing these lobbies?" Right? He's like, "Shouldn't I be in gold?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't know what's going on." Every game he played, he was in those lobbies. Blizzard, how is this happening? Right? They told us that they implemented some form of MMR decay for people that don't play, but that isn't working, right? And I've seen topics like this on Overwatch University. I've seen topics like this on the competitive Overwatch Reddit as well. So my point is the MMR working properly or not? And I know we're getting the SR annual SR reset, but what I would really like to see is, instead of the SR reset, can we please bring back SR decay if a person is Diamond Plus and they don't play? Before, the system was, if they didn't play 7 games or more, their skill rating would begin to decay over time, right? Therefore, Diamond Masters and GM would definitely have the more hardcore of players and less casual players, so it gave more meaning to those ranks. And right now, Diamond Masters and GM, they don't really mean anything, right? So from that perspective, that's kind of what I'm trying to say, is that Blizzard, please, can we implement some of these changes to make the game, at least in the competitive environment, feel a lot more competitive, and force integrity and discipline onto players to take it a little bit more seriously, because then you create that anxiety that, oh, I don't want to lose my rank, I need to win, right? Because right now, really, rank just feels like nobody has the incentive to win. But for some strange reason, it's the opposite in quick play. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I'm still a little bit upset that I lost 2 of my main accounts. I've been trying to constantly contact support to get them back. It's not working out. I'm a small YouTuber, small streamer. They're most likely not going to help me. I know when I do something wrong, I own up to it. But at this point, it is what it is. I still have like 3-4 accounts, but I use them to play with my friends depending on, what elo they're in and whatever. But yeah, I don't know what to do, right? It's one of those things where, again, somebody could say, well, Abby, isn't it kind of counter competitive or anti competitive for you to play with your friends in ranked on an alt account and try to boost them? Trust me, I don't really play with a brain when I play with my friends. I turn it off and I int for content or clips. I don't really take it that hardcore. And they don't either. If anything, they try to sabotage the game. Alright, I'm just messing around. With that being said, everybody, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what your ranked experiences have been like in the comments down below. If you want to support this channel for free, you can do that just by hitting like and subscribe. That helps with the algorithm, helps me get around. And most importantly, if you want to support the channel financially, the super chat feature is the only thing where you can directly donate to help me out, I believe, until we get a Patreon or a coffee link set up. So until then, I will see you guys in the next video.